Good afternoon, everyone. We are going to go ahead and get started. If everybody could make their way this way, there's plenty of seating. So please make your way this way and we'll get started here shortly. Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for today's ceremony to celebrate the completion of the improvements at Lozano Golf Center. My name is Logan Cobbs. I'm the Director of Communications. Today marks an exceptional milestone for golfers in Corpus Christi and beyond, seeking a unique golf experience. We are delighted to have you join us here today. So, without further ado, I would like to commence this ceremony by introducing our mayor, Paulette Guajardo.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm going to stand on my tippy toes. I'm wearing tennis shoes today, not heels. So welcome, and thank you for joining us to celebrate this significant occasion, another new day for Corpus Christi. So before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our elected officials and my colleagues who have joined us. Today we have District 3 Councilmember Roland Barrera. Roland. We have District 5 Councilmember Gil Hernandez. And we have District 4 Councilmember Dan Suckley. So it's my pleasure to announce the completion of the improvements to the Lozano Golf Center that brings lighted night golfing to Corpus Christi and the entire Coastal Bend region. So we anticipate that these improvements will put us on the radar for the golfers throughout the state. Our city is building its assets to become a destination for various visitors, and the Firefly, along with the lighted practice range at this golf course, will drive our economy from local golfers and those who will travel for this special experience. So the City Council and I, along with Foresight Golf, invite everyone to come out to see this amazing and gorgeous golf course with its newly added night golf to experience it for themselves. While we're celebrating these new improvements, Lozano Golf Center offers much more than an 18-hole course. The additional features of the driving range and putting area offer much more to our golfers than most golf courses do, making this facility very appealing. Also, as you may know, the Lozano Golf Center is the venue for several high schools in our area where youth golf teams come to learn, to practice, and then go on to compete against their peers. So we have teams from Veterans Memorial High School, from London High School, West Oso High School, Incarnate Word Academy, and St. John Paul II High School, utilizing this golf center's champion 18 hole course and practice driving range, and of course the practice putting area. So I'm going to brag a little bit on veterans, and we've got some students here. Y'all wave your hands. I see 4 girls sitting here. Wave your hands. I'm going to brag a little bit about our Veterans Memorial High School golf team. They placed first at district and second at regionals this year. The team has won district for 4 consecutive years, and we're so proud of you. We're proud of their participation and accomplishments, and we're happy that they are part of this journey. So there are more wonderful things that are happening in Corpus Christi right now to enhance the lives of your lives and all of our residents across the city. We have some major improvement projects that are planned at one of our other golf courses, the Oso Beach Golf Course improvements. Those improvements were approved by voters in the Bond 2022 package for the planning and the design of the clubhouse. This project is included in the Bond 2024 proposal for the construction of the clubhouse, which will be approximately 10,000 square feet in size and 2 stories high, and it will include locker rooms, a pro shop, a patio, a snack bar, a kitchen, and a lounge. So you can see that your city council members, myself, and our city staff team are all working very hard to try to touch every aspect of what our residents want and your quality of life. And tonight is living proof of that. We're very, very proud to be here tonight. Very proud to be able to unveil this wonderful golf course, something new and first of its kind here in Corpus Christi. So with that, I'd like to welcome our city manager, Peter Zanoni, to the podium.
Great, thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. How we all doing? Did anybody out here register to, what do you call it, to get a spot on the green? The mayor did. Did you, Mayor? All right. Well, we want to welcome everyone here, as the mayor just did. We've done a lot of ribbon cuttings across the city in the past several years, and this one is at night. I think this is one of our first ones, except for the water garden, at night. And so when we told the operators it was 8 o'clock, they said, "Oh, no problem. Shouldn't be too bad at 8 a.m." We said, "No, it's going to be 8 p.m." Because the lights behind us are really the feature that we see tonight. So before I begin in some of my remarks, we do want to welcome, as the mayor did, our council members, our managing partner, Forsyth Golf, our guests, our media that's here. I know we have several representatives from the city's Parks Board. Can you all raise your hand? Who's here from the Parks and Recreation Board? Yeah, our Parks Advisory Board. And then our Type A, Type B board. I'm not sure if any of our members are here today, but they were instrumental in some of the funding here, so we want to thank them as well. We are here, as the mayor said, to celebrate 2 things: the practice range to my left over here, and then the brand new 9-hole executive course to my right, known as the Firefly. And you can see several of us have the shirt on here, the Firefly. You can buy them at the pro shop, right? No pitch for the pro shop, but the key thing here, the Firefly actually came from the operating partners who said, we need a special name, and this is a nighttime course, and what better name than the Firefly? You all remember those when we were little kids? They still exist, right? But they're here tonight in this, which is an illuminated nighttime golf course, a 9-hole golf course. And it is really the first, not only in Corpus Christi, but all of the coastal Bend region. In fact, I'm not too sure where the next one is. Is there one in San Antonio? I know there's one in San Antonio. So south of San Antonio, this is the only one. So we knew when we planned this that this would be great for Corpus Christi, but it's great for the coastal Bend. We're going to have visitors from around the region coming here to do nighttime golf, or to use the practice range, or you use the 18-hole golf course when they see this. So Let me talk about the fire. Well, we talked about the Firefly over here, but a couple things that aren't in my notes is from downtown, which you can see. You can see some of the skyscrapers. The Omni Hotel and several of our hotels downtown are less than 15 minutes from here. And so we envisioned this when we said, hey, let's do something like this. So a person staying at our hotels downtown now within 15 minutes can come here, play nighttime golf, go back downtown, enjoy a nice dinner or a night out in the town within 15 minutes. You imagine that? That's pretty cool. Also, the course itself, about an hour. I'm not a golfer, but about an hour and 45 minutes to play the whole course. There's cart service, there's food and beverage service that will be offered via cart. Right now, you can buy it at the clubhouse. So that's our Firefly. The driving range over here is pretty spectacular. And when I pulled up today, exactly what we want to see at places like this is what I saw, which is tons of people. And they're still here, and there's going to be more. This thing, all the play is sold out tonight. It was sold out last night as well. So this beautiful destination is going to have what makes it even more beautiful, which is our community, our visitors, keeping it real busy. So the practice range over here has a lot of features. There's LED lighting, like you can see. There's 11,000 square feet of practice green. There's 50 hitting stations to accommodate more golfers. It has a new short game practice area. It has chipping greens and bunkers and defined target greens and fairways in the practice range floor. So we've seen driving ranges before, right? This one, you haven't seen something like this. It also has a feature to track your the balls and how you shoot them on the phone app, right? And so that's another unique feature that we'll talk more about. So the award-winning golf course was designed by an architect, I should say, Arthur Schallpeter, German. He reimagined and designed the course to serve golfers of all skill levels and golf in a whole new world with lighting. VM Golf Services was awarded the contract for construction, so they did all the construction. Musco Sports Lighting is the lighting that we'll see momentarily. That was a big cost in the program, but it's what makes this the destination. And they provided the light and the design for the light for both the executive course and the practice range. So the technology that we have for the ball tracking is called that ball tracker for golfers to follow the entire flight of the ball on their practice range. On an app, right on your phone. And Mr. Pedrati was telling me about it. I won't spend too much time on it today, but it's pretty cool technology using camera imagery of the golf ball. Hundreds of pictures, I would imagine, a second. So the app is an app-based system. It provides golfers with ball distance in real time on their smartphones. So if you've played here before, who's been here before to this course? Either one, right? Quite a few people. And I haven't been here in a while, but I think about 4 years ago, after I took care of some initial stuff as city manager when I was first appointed, I did make it a point to come and see our two golf courses. And when I pulled up tonight, this doesn't look anything like what I pulled up to 4 years ago. It was really a rugged, I don't know what you would call it. It was just a 9-hole course, but they said we use it once in a while when the greens kind of grow. And we asked about the irrigation system. They said there is none. And didn't look anything like this. So this is a huge turnaround in this destination for our community. So let me just tell you about some of the other folks. Let me tell you first about the funding. So this is a $4 million project. It's expensive for the golf course, and nighttime lighting is expensive as well. But we do want to highlight that it came from our city CIP plan. Funds also came from the Type B sales tax, Economic Development Initiative, and then also our Golf Enterprise Fund, so multiple funding sources. So now, let me just see if there's any other folks. That's it. So now we just want to acknowledge a few folks, and primarily it would be our Parks Department who's here, Robert Dodd, his assistant directors that are here. They'll help manage this along with Forsyth to make sure it continues to be in an optimal setting. So in concluding, though, Forsyth Golf Organization is really who we want to thank tonight. They are the city's managing partner for this golf course and our Oso Bay Golf Course. And, the city's done several good things over the decades, and we recognize what we needed to have improved and was still improving. But I would say 10 years ago, or now going on about 14 years, 13, 14, when the city picked Forsyth Golf to run our two golf courses, they did the right thing. This firm is doing great for the city, for the play. These golf courses make money for the city, and the contract is such to where if Foresight doesn't have a profit, if they lose money, we don't have to pay anything. If they make money, which they have for 10 consecutive, or 13, 14 consecutive years, the city makes money. So that's great, but what's even better is the quality of the play here, the quality of the greens, the quality of the venue, the service to the patrons. So we need to thank Foresight Golf for being excellent partners of the city and managing these 2 municipal golf courses and really turning them around, because the stories I heard is prior to you all managing it, it wasn't anything like this. So not only are they managing it, but they're taking it to a new step, a new level tonight. And so, Mr. Pedrati and your team, we really want to thank you. And Ed, thank you as well for the service that you've done for the city and the region to come. All right, so now you may have heard last night there was some play here. And so tonight's not the exact first night, but the reason it was is because we were going to do this last night. But the city council member who represents this district, City Council District 3, had another commitment. And we know how much he puts into District 3 and to the community. And I said, Councilman Barrera, we'll reschedule it. You need to be here, right? So that's why we're here tonight. But with that introduction, I'm going to welcome him up. He's going to say a few remarks as well. Yes, sir.
All right. In my defense, I was hosting the Moody High School softball team at the Hooks game. So those girls, thank you. The girls, thanks, Steph. So let's see, where am I? Here I go. Here we go. I'm not used to prepared remarks, so I may go off script. But anyway, first off, thank you, Foresight Golf. I just can't tell you. I mean, how many times I've driven by here, and you know, you've just done an amazing job. You know, I don't want to go into. Peter did an excellent job. Thanking you for all the work that you've done, and you know, now, I mean, I sent pictures. My son my youngest boy is what I'd like to call an obsessive golfer. He doesn't say he's a good golfer. So, what is it? And I was sending him pictures, and he said, "Is that Lozano?" I said, "Yes, sir, it is. We're waiting for you to come on in." So I'm not a golfer myself. I am, however, I have learned to be an experienced golf cart chauffeur and beer drinker. But I can tell you now that this is really exciting. I'm glad it's finally happened. I know we got a little bit behind schedule, but you know, it was well worth the wait. So this is just great. This is such a great project that even Councilman Hernandez voted for it. So we need to give him a hand because he's very, 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 very conservative with the public's funds. But the concept of knife golf has just become a reality. I mean, it's a stunning makeover in the amenities it's golf for. I mean, it's like night and day. And we need to inform Google, because I put in Google Maps on here because I knew there was some construction, and it said the park closed at 6. So we need to update that. I'm just so excited that we're going to have night golf, and now that we're going to have here. So we put a lot of improvements, and I have to thank city staff and Peter's vision that all the improvements that with the work of Parks and Recreation, you know, just down the street over here off Airport Road, we put $1.4 million into Salinas Park that was completed in 2023. We have the Greenwood Sports Complex improvements that is in the design phase. That's going to include artificial turf for those ball fields. That's about $4.9 million. There's scoreboards. And in addition, we're having on an additional bond project to have some additional improvements to that area. So we want to make this a sports destination area, working with our Visit Corpus Christi. And this is beautiful because this is just our local people. So hopefully this acts, and we've been using this word quite a bit now for the community, it acts as a catalyst to the area, so that way we're inviting more commerce all along. So thank you so much. In addition, the Airport Road, $22.8 million. So it's our commitment to continue to develop the area. And with that, I'd like to invite Ed Miller with Foresight Golf to the podium.
Sir. Thank you, Councilman Barrera, Mayor Guajardo, Mr. Zanoni. It's a privilege to be here tonight. It's a special treat for me because as the project manager for the Firefly and Practice Range, I have interacted. I've had the opportunity to interact with everyone else that's been involved, from city council to city staff to all of our contractors to our team here at the Lozano Golf Center. And it's been a very enriching experience, culminating tonight with this ribbon cutting ceremony and the opening of the golf courses. This project has been on the drawing board for some time. As a matter of fact, after the city entrusted us with with your golf operation here in Corpus, we started in 2011, and it didn't take very long to see when we saw 7 school buses pull into the parking lot at 3 o'clock in the afternoon after school got out, that we had a whole bunch of golf teams that with basically 2 golf courses and 1 practice range. We could really use more valuable space. And as Peter alluded to, when you look over here, we called it a goat ranch because I don't know if you've ever seen what happens when you ranch goats. There's no grass left. They take all the grass, and we didn't have any grass. So it was really an afterthought, and it was kind of wasted space. But for the next 8 years, we just did what we could do to improve the quality of the golf experience, the facilities all along. And in 2020, Peter called up and said he'd like to tour the facilities. And I think that's what he's referring to when he says that he was here 4 years ago. And at that point in time, we had 4 city managers, and we had quite a few Parks and Rec directors, and we had no one that ever came to tour the facilities. So that was like the beginning of putting golf on the map. And you council members have embraced golf as, back then, golf really wasn't a community asset. I think the mayor and city council that decided to, they learned that doing golf is hard. The golf business is hard. It's a very specialized business, and they sought people out that do this for a living, and we were selected for the opportunity, and we've been here ever since. So a couple years after that, Peter, or it wasn't Peter, the Parks and Rec department reached out to us and said if we could do anything to greatly elevate the quality of golf in the city of Corpus Christi, what would it be? And we said, well, that's easy. That's renovate the executive course and the practice range at Lozano. And time had gone by, and we had observed that short courses, par 3 courses that were lighted, became incredible. They were so popular, and wherever they were done, there weren't any done in the area except for San Pedro, the par 3 course at San Pedro in San Antonio. That course has lights, but it's nothing like this. This is a real golf course, and it's very state of the art. So we said, let's renovate, but we got to light it. We have to light it, and that set us on a course to find funding for doing the lighting, because it was a bit of a surprise. And I personally have gone before the Type B board, and I think that all the boards here in Corpus are tough when it comes to giving out money. At least that's been my experience. But one of the missions of the Type B board is economic development and employment, and we have already observed that we have a 3rd shift here for employment. And last Saturday, when we knew we were going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony and the golf course was going to be open, we sent out a Facebook post where we had staged, some of our team members were acting as customers, and they were playing the golf course under the lights, and we did drone video footage of that, and then we sent out a Facebook post. Well, as of today, that Facebook post has been viewed over 50,000 times, which is the most views any post that our company has ever done for any one of our projects. So it's incredible. And the website traffic here at the Lozano Golf Center has picked up 63% in that week. And the hits are, and I want to share this because it really looks like it is going to meet the desire and expectation of the Type B board and the city. the hits are coming from Dallas and Austin and Houston and San Antonio. So it looks to us like we expect a lot of new people experiencing golf in Corpus Christi. The other thing that happens with these nighttime facilities is it creates new players, because during the day, when we interviewed the Alamo City Golf Trail and tried to learn, what they know about nighttime golf, they said the clientele during the day is completely different than the clientele that you get at night. And the clientele that you get at night ends up being new golfers that they're there at first for the entertainment component, but ultimately become golfers and longtime customers. So we couldn't be more excited to be here with you in doing this. Through this project, there was a lot of coordination with city staff, and I have to commend the city on the effectiveness of their staff. I mean, from the engineering department, getting our plans and permits through process, from prompt payment. Chris Lineberger is the president of VM Golf. In one site visit we were having, he was lamenting on other municipal projects that they have that man, it's just hard to get paid. But the city parks and recreation department and the finance department with Robert Dodd and Monica Benavides and Liza Nano Elizande. I mean, it was great for all of our contractors, and that makes a really big difference in a project when we treat them properly. And thanks to the city and staff that they did that. This city has something that is very special. I don't know if anyone has ever tried to create an electrical service, but it's not a task for mortal man. It requires the coordination of ADP, the electrical provider, and the contractor, and as a result, it's very challenging to do. The city has a utilities analyst. Her name is Tammy Huffman, and she streamlined this process for us to the point that even when it came time to pull everything together and hook up the power to the lights, Tammy was on vacation, and she still got the job done. And that day we had power to the lights. And there's a joke in the golf course construction business that you build the whole golf course, you put the irrigation system in, you put the pump station in, and you don't have power to run the irrigation system. So you end up renting a generator. There have been many a steak dinner lost, including my partner on the first golf course he built. He bet that we would have power to the pump station, and we didn't. So that was, the city demonstrated that type of capability throughout everything that we did. So it was very much a pleasure. And then Peter has recognized our contractors. We have representatives from Musco Sports Lighting here tonight. We have Michael Buckskamper. Was the project manager. He was on site, and then so we spent quite a bit of time together. And then Todd Spears is the regional sales manager for Musco, and throughout the whole, and when we started with the lights, I mean, it was quite a learning process. We built a bunch of golf courses, but we never lighted one, and came right down to the end. We learned you got to use Musco. You just these lights. Nearest pole, they have concrete bases, so no metal touches the ground. And in Corpus Christi, you guys know that rust is really a problem here, right? So not having the metal, and they're the only ones that have concrete bases. Everyone else does direct burial poles, stick the metal in the ground, which rusts out. When we did this, knowing this was our first project with the city, a 25-year guarantee that the company could back up. They're the only company that we talked to, got bids from, that had been in business 25 years, so we could be assured that the warranty that they gave us would be legitimate. And then Art Schaupeter, Art, he couldn't be with us tonight. He wanted to be, but he's designing a golf course in Colorado that's behind schedule. I don't know how you do that, how you get a golf course that ends up being behind schedule. Forgive me. So that was our contracting team, and lastly, but certainly not least, I want to recognize our team here at the Lozano Golf Center, who really poured their blood, sweat, and tears into this effort over the last year and a half. And from our professional side, we'll start with Jay Monty, who's our director of golf. Jay's been with us for 10 years now and has seen all kinds of evolution of the property. And then Jeff Mayhall, to his left, is our head golf professional, and his primary responsibility is to be the Firefly manager, nighttime golf. So he's not a morning person, and he'll be here until the wee hours of the morning, making sure that our customers are having a great time and everything goes well. I also want to recognize our instructional team. Jacob's here. Jacob is our director of better golf, and Linda Lindsay. Linda. These two teach a lot of people here at the Lozano Golf Center. They run our junior camps. They run the junior academy, and Mayor, I was interested in you recognizing the golf team that has done well. They are going to get so much better, so much better. They didn't have the facilities to practice much of anything before. We had pretty much one putting green and this tee line that there wasn't enough space. Well, when we're done here, this tee line will go from that net to this net. We have, like Peter described, and even something that is very unique is right over here we have a precision pitching range, which out there you practice your full shots, driver shots, a wedge, 100 yards, but the precision pitching range is for practicing shots that are 70 yards or less, and that's where the scoring comes. So the schools can take turns camping out on the precision pitching range, and all their games are going to get so much better. All of our customers' games are likely going to improve as a result of having these facilities. But the guys that I've been in with the trenches, the irrigation trenches, the drainage trenches, all kinds of trenches over the last year have been our golf course maintenance department, who is headed up by Javier Martinez. He's our director of golf course maintenance. We have Eric Lubengeiger, who's our assistant superintendent. And then we have Chase Easley, who is our assistant golf course superintendent and was the point person here when we grew in the Firefly. Once the contractor plants the grass, they hand it over to us, and really that's when the work starts. And this last summer, it was truly a hostile environment as a result. We've had 2 summers now with no rain. I was thinking when we scheduled the ribbon cutting ceremony a couple of weeks ago that maybe you guys were able to break the drought with the 7 inches of rain that we received after that in the tropical storm. Looks like there might be some more rain out in the Gulf, which would be wonderful. And I'd also like to thank Okay, so Santos told me I had 5 minutes, and I know I didn't make it. I'm sorry, but there's just so much good here, and it's thank you so much for doing this. It's going to we're going to enjoy it. All be able to enjoy it for a long time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed, for sharing with us this exciting and the unique improvements that have been done to Lozano Golf Center, and for making it a spectacular destination for both locals and visiting golfers. And thank you all for attending today's improvement ceremony. Please enjoy the refreshments in the back and take this opportunity to explore the new enhancements around us. So we will conclude today's event by inviting our speakers, and our officials over to the on switch to flick on the lights that you see situated around us. So that will illuminate the Firefly and the practice driving range for night golf. Please. All right, and we will officially flip the switch in 3, 2, 1. One more item before we officially conclude. I would like to invite these same guests up here to navigate over to the tees here and have a ceremonial swing. So we have some golf clubs here, and we'll get this going. All right, so I will count us down once again. And we will tee off in 3, 2, 1. Thank you all for attending. That concludes today's ceremony. Have a good evening.